The world was in a mess, and so Habakkuk cried out to God. And what was God's response? Well, we see that in verses 5 through 11. In short, God's response to Habakkuk was this: you think things are bad now? They're about to get a whole lot worse. Not long after Habakkuk was written, King Nebuchadnezzar surrounded Jerusalem, carried many of the people off into exile to Babylon, eventually destroying the city of Jerusalem, destroying the temple. How were God's people to cope with such terrible events? How were they to live in such terrible times as those? The just shall live by his faith. That phrase has been called the 7 most important monosyllables in all of church history. The just shall live by his faith. Just 7 words in English, but we could talk about them all night and not even begin to plumb their depths. It was surprising because of how they would live. By faith. Not by their own power, not by the power of some earthly king or some earthly army, but by faith. What does it mean to live by faith? Well, in Habakkuk's day, it meant remaining true to God even when you found yourself in exile 600 miles away from your home. In Habakkuk's day, it meant worshiping God even after your temple was destroyed. In Habakkuk's day, it meant remaining faithful to God for 70 years in exile before you then returned to your impoverished and ruined homeland. It meant maintaining your trust and your joy in the midst of terrible adversity. Final 3 verses of the book of Habakkuk beautifully describe that life of faith. Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, the labor of the olive shall fail, the field shall yield no meat, the flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation. The Lord God is my strength. He will make my feet like hinds' feet, and he will make me to walk upon mine high places. That's what it means to live by faith. We must not be distracted by anything. Revelation 2 verse 10, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That is the walk of faith, and that's the goal that will end after our walk of faith, that we will receive after our walk of faith.